door. Everyone get out.
Hello tankers and tankettes, and welcome back to Armoured Warfare. And I realise it's been a little while since I last played any of this, but that's because when I've been playing it myself, I've mostly been playing PvE. However, as of today, there is a new game mode available, which of course is the much hyped, would it be fair to say that? I don't know, the much heralded Global Ops. So basically it is a mix of some of the stuff that you have in PvE with player versus player combat. And the reason why it does look interesting is that it has a lot of that more objective based gameplay that is the hallmark of PvE, whereas the normal PvP mode is pretty much just a free-for-all. It's a fairly standard thing. I mean, everyone's well familiar with how World of Tanks works, for instance. So we're going to give Global Ops a go with the Chally one, which seems like a reasonably solid choice, and we're going to see how it goes. Now, I know a little bit about it, but I've not exactly gone away and read the detailed patch notes or anything like that. So, yeah, basically you end up on a map. Well, that was that was kind of an obvious thing to say. First you turn on your computer, then you load up Armoured Warfare. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah, you've basically got various objective areas, and as the level, or as the timer progresses, new objectives open up. So it's not just fighting over static areas. It's not like domination mode in World of Warships, for instance, where you've got 3 or 4 cap circles that you're all fighting back and forth over. You are fighting back and forth over the capture areas and the other strategic locations, but new ones are added as the game progresses. Now, this queue is taking a little while, so we might just jump ahead here, and I'll start blathering again once we actually get into a game, which is right away, as it turns out. Well, that timing. So, okay, top tier. And it looks like there's a 2-tier matchmaking spread in this. I've had one go at this already just to see what it was like and to do a test recording. And I was in the Chally in a tier 9 game. So it looks like there's a +2 matchmaking spread for this. I'm not sure if that is like the usual spread or if it's trying to get as many players as possible. I don't know if the matchmaking rules are different than PvP, but anyway, there it is. You can get into +2 matchmaking games. So this is the map I've been on already. As you can see, you get the starting zones on either side, and then you've got the various strategic locations in the middle. And there's also I've been recognised already. There's also oh, maybe it is the only map so far. I don't know. Some of the chat's going, it's the only map. Well, it might be actually. But yeah, there are various pickup locations as well. So you've got 2 repair areas, which can be captured, I think, by the enemy. But each team starts off with 2, and then as the game progresses, other things unlock as well. Now, my internet's been a bit funny today, so if we get any jumpiness or rubber banding, it's because I've gotten some packet loss, and I don't know why it's doing that, but yeah, it's been happening in warships today as well, because you'll have noticed from the spooky garage, yeah, Halloween is almost upon us, and so games are bringing out special modes and whatever, and Warships has done quite a fun escort mission mode. It's rather, it's kind of like the concept is nice, but unfortunately, random teammates being random teammates, it doesn't always go smoothly, and it is actually a little bit challenging, although mostly because you are just in with random people. I think if you could get together a coordinated team and have everybody playing the classes as they're meant to be played, then it probably would be a bit simpler, but as it is, it's a little unpredictable. Anyway, so the yellow ones are AI controlled, they're neutral bots basically. They attack both sides. And hello, that's what's that, a Centauro? Being a bit shy. So yeah, you basically just kind of pile in, and I seem to be the main thing here. There's no team list as you get normally, and that's because the teams are, I think, bigger than normal PvP teams. I could be wrong about that though. I don't play enough PvP to be really familiar. Right, I have no idea if this is a good plan or not, but I'm going to try and reset the cap. As you can see at the top, we've got 2 ticket counters, and that's a fairly standard mechanic. So it's basically a case of whoever runs out with tickets first loses the match. And I think you get tickets from objectives, you get tickets from killing enemies, and there might be other things that get you tickets as well. So this team is being remarkably passive so far, and I've lost control of my... There we go. Yeah, trying to play online multiplayer anything when you're having a day where there's lots of packet loss is a little bit problematic. I might actually lose my tank, but hey, then we get to see what happens when you lose a tank. I'm not quite sure what the rest of my team is doing right now. We're not contesting any of the cap points. So we'll see how this goes. So I'm not sure. Do I get to... Yes, I get to respawn. Okay. So you get multiple spawns. That's one of the things I thought was the case, but I wasn't 100% certain on. And I'm guessing respawning uses up tickets. But again, that's just me guessing. I haven't actually gone and read up the specific mechanics for this game mode. I'm completely winging this. I haven't done my research, but that's because, I don't know, when I play this, I basically hop in and maybe play a daily or two with the PvE. I haven't actually been paying that much attention to the development side of things. So I've been aware that Global Ops was on the way, but I wasn't really too aware of the specifics. Should we try contesting the middle? Trying to push the north. Well, we saw how that went. There was a bunch of tank destroyers that, well, in fact, the bunch of tank destroyers mostly seem to be withdrawing at this point, so there basically would be no support whatsoever if I went north. Now, to be fair, I mean, you know, this game mode is new to everybody, but the principles should be reasonably familiar from anyone, for anyone that's played PvP or PvE. But of course, as with every online game, having just said what I was saying about the Halloween game mode in World of Warships, of course that holds true here as well. You might get there's another bit of packet loss. You might get a group of people that just aren't really, I don't know, they're playing very passively or whatever, and so you end up not really being in contention. So this mid-cap point's kind of an interesting one because you've got this very exposed aircraft carrier deck, but there's a bunch of stuff that actually provides cover. So you can use it as a vantage point, but potentially it would make you vulnerable as well. He's just smoked up. We could try pushing down there. Oh, somebody's put UAV over us. So we're pushing around, around south maybe. The Challenger's got pretty good frontal armour, even when I was against those tier 9s and meeting the scary T90Ms or whatever they were called. The ones with the really big guns that can hit you for like 900 damage. The Chally 1 frontal armour is still reasonably tough against those, but it's not especially a fast tank. So there is that. Should we go and see if we can tackle this Chally? Oh, bit of a snapshot. That's one of the things I'm not super great at in, you know, same with World of Tanks as well, as snapshotting other people. Right, these are the additional objective points that have just opened up. Now, if I remember correctly, I can pen somewhere. I'm not sure. I don't want to get shot in the side. And also, that's artillery. And of course, artillery is, I believe, all player controlled. I don't think there's any AI artillery. And they're really making a push around the north, but I can get this cap point here. That should hopefully help us out. I don't think we're going to win this, but I'm not too fussed. I mostly just want to record some gameplay of the new mode and show off what it's like. Oh, spotted. However, we just capped the point, so that's fine. Now, of course, the fact that you can respawn is pretty nice, but of course you've always got the option of trying to withdraw to the repair points as well. I think they are more useful for the purposes of resupplying, but you also get a bit of health, and then there's a cooldown, so you can get, I think it's something like 20%, and that's just a guess based on how much health it was giving me back in the first round that I played of this. But yeah, I was getting a bit of health back, and it also fixed any broken or damaged modules that I might have. So it's more for repairing things, but you also get a bit of health back, and you get ammo replenished as well. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. So I just killed him before I could get in with a chance. Right, a couple of squashy BMDs shouldn't be a problem. I was rather hoping to kill that guy, but they're making rather decent use of the smoke. How dare they? Now, at this point, having a nice heat round would be nice, but I mean, even if you use HESH on targets like these, you can get penetrating hits with the HESH shells, but they do less damage. But they get more, the special gimmick of the HESH is they get more crew like incapacitations and module incapacitations. Maybe you can't capture the repair points, maybe those are always tied to a team. I thought you could for some reason, but maybe not. Anyway, we might be able to... Oh, hello, that's a Terminator. Now, they did have these turrets that defend their spawn areas, and maybe you get points for knocking those out. But... Oh, hello, Bagel. I don't want to turn my back on him, but I don't also want to turn my back on the Terminator especially. I've probably just gone in way too deep. I'm in too deep, and then I'm going to meet Balrogs everywhere. Yeah, this was probably a bad plan, but anyway. Even so, they are having tribble? They're having trouble with my armor. I've been watching too much Star Trek. I actually haven't. But the Trouble with Tribble episodes are fantastic. Or the Trouble with Tribbles episodes, rather. Tribbles plural. Right. Oh, that bounced down. Russian bias. Yeah, let's ignore the fact the Obsidian's an American company. Although, you know, Russian publisher, so definitely Russian bias, yes. Anyway, yeah, I went far too ham there, but I don't know. It seemed like a good idea at the time. That's going to be my excuse. So we have some additional cap points. I can actually take a look around and see what the people are doing while we're waiting to respawn. Oh, and there somebody is using the strategic bomber call-in, which is probably the most powerful one, which is basically it bombs an area, as you can see there along that path. I've not gotten a chance to use one of those yet, so I'm not 100% sure of the exact mechanic, and good lord, that has tanked the frame rate. It's all the way on the opposite side of the map, and it's absolutely tanked the frame rate. I think we've got a sandstorm going on as well. I wonder if that's that happened in the first one. In the latter parts of the battle, a sandstorm came in, but I wasn't sure if that was just a random thing or not. But either way, the effect is not doing good things to the frame rate whilst I'm recording. It's just about staying over 30, but if it dips below, I can only apologise. Right, so let's see if we can't press up a bit. We could do with oh, actually, possibly capping. Now, is that them calling in? I think that's the sound effect meaning they're calling in an airstrike. The question is, where are they calling it in? We should probably go and contest cap point 8. Yeah, there we go. So we just airstriked. And somebody's just put some pillbox emplacements down. This is the point where having a slightly faster tank might be useful. I could have taken my tier 8 Leopard, but that is... the armor's not quite as reliable. Right. Can we get that BMD from here? There's a bit, I don't know if it feels quite slow using the scroll wheel to scroll in and out, and I'm not in the habit. I have to remind myself now, and I don't know if that's a change with the recent patch, but it feels slower than it used to, and so I have to remember to use the shift button to actually get the sniper view up. Oh, they've got another bomber call in. That could be painful. Ooh. Right, we are behind. I think we just need to kill things and maybe get more caps. Where's that ERC? She starts to push around the south. Oh, ouch, yeah, that was a well-placed airstrike. God, I don't even know where to press now. We're on a knife edge in terms of the points. Are they contesting that cap point, or are we contesting a cap point? I can hear the cap point siren going off in the background somewhere. Right, there's something down here somewhere. Oh, no. A Leo 1A5 rip. Does not exactly have the armor. There's the chieftain. It's 5, it's 10. We might actually win this one. This is devilishly close on points. So, a couple of kills. Yeah, chieftain versus challenger. It's not perhaps the most equal fight. Right, there's some Centauro over there somewhere. There we go, we won that by the skin of our teeth. Good lord, that was close. We were down to 50 points and they just lost their last 2. So there you go. I didn't quite know what I was doing there for most of that, but I'm definitely going to keep giving it a go. The major thing at the moment is that, I mean, if there is only one map, that will limit the replayability a bit. But I like the more objective, focused gameplay. That is a big plus in my mind. And that actually has brought me back more to the idea of playing PvP in Armored Warfare for the first time in a long time, because I've just not really wanted to. And I mean, that was actually halfway up the board. That wasn't completely terrible. I just noticed there was a... Oh, it was Elliot and I don't recognise the Zadiac Smurf, but they're both in the Armored Warfare Circle as well. Possibly it was Elliot that said hello at the beginning and I completely blanked. Anyway, yeah, so that was reasonably fun, and even though it was player versus player, it didn't feel like the... and the one I played earlier as well, it didn't feel like the entirely one-sided affair that quite a lot of PvP matches just turn into. You don't get that runaway effect if you lose 1 or 2 tanks and then suddenly that's enough. So yeah, I will be keeping my eyes on this. I'll probably be now playing a bit more PvP in Armored Warfare for the first time in a very long time. And there might yet be issues to be uncovered, and it would be nice to have more maps in, but I'm sure that's something they're working on. But it's nice to have something that's new for Armored Warfare, that's not just here's this thing and we know it's in World of Tanks, but some of the game mechanics are different. And it's nice that the game mechanics are different in this, but if it's the same game mode, it doesn't make that big of a difference maybe overall. So yeah, it's nice to have something that does feel a bit more fresh and is something a bit more markedly different than just what we're familiar with from World of Tanks. So hopefully you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, you can hit the like button, you can leave any comments below, you can sub to my channel if you haven't already, and as always, stay tuned for more.